Next up, it's a real pleasure to welcome Peter Voorhoeve, the president of Volvo Trucks North America. It's an honor to have Peter with us here today to provide this year's keynote address. As we will hear, Peter and the Volvo team have been real leaders in the advancement of clean commercial truck technology. They've been able to do this by always putting the customer first as they develop new products and new services. Volvo has a lot happening here in California and really around the world. And we're thrilled to have Peter with us here to talk about the company's latest industry-leading efforts. Peter, thanks so much for being with us here today at ACT Virtual.
Hello and welcome to ACT Virtual 2020. My name is Peter Voorhoeve and I'm the president of Volvo Trucks in North America. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are all well. I am pleased to spend some time with you today discussing our rapidly changing industry and how Volvo Trucks is responding to the need for sustainable transport solutions. We look forward to meeting together at Expo in person next year. But even in the unprecedented times we live in today, the forward march of innovative transportation technology cannot stop. And that is why this 4-month ACT Virtual Education Series is so vital. It keeps us connected, it keeps us communicating, and it keeps us progressing towards the future. The transportation industry is undergoing significant changes, and these changes are coming very rapidly. Electromobility, which I will be discussing in more detail, is just one part of the equation, along with automation and connectivity that will enable us to achieve cleaner, more efficient and safer transportation. The Volvo Group and Volvo Trucks have made major investments in all of these technologies, and this transition will affect the entire industry and its ecosystem. Therefore, it is imperative that all stakeholders within the industry continue to prioritize investments in clean transportation solutions. And no one can do it alone. OEMs, suppliers, policymakers, universities, utilities, and our national organizations must join forces to make the shift possible and successful. This event, ACT Virtual, is a perfect example of the kind of collaboration and cooperation needed to advance clean technology. It brings together a cross-section of stakeholders to exchange lessons learned and best practices to accelerate the shift towards sustainable transport solutions. This will benefit our customers and our society at large. Volvo Trucks is part of the larger Volvo Group. We know that our products and services are an important part of the solution to our world's transportation challenges, and major investments are being made in innovation and technology. This helps ensure that we are able to quickly and efficiently transfer technologies and our learnings, particularly in the area of electromobility, across the many business areas in which we operate. The Volvo Group understands that the need for sustainable solutions within our complex transportation landscape will require multiple technology paths. This approach was highlighted in our recent announcement of a joint venture with Daimler Trucks to develop, produce and commercialize fuel cell systems for heavy-duty vehicle applications and other use cases. For now, however, we're focusing on battery electric technology and our strong belief in the value it brings on many levels to a range of applications. From Volvo buses, with more than 5,000 electric buses in operations around the world, we have gained deep knowledge and understanding of electromobility. And we have leveraged this knowledge to drive global progress within Volvo Trucks. We have commercialized electric Volvo FL and FE models for selected markets in Europe. Also in Europe, we have showcased electric concepts for construction and regional transport. And in North America, we are harnessing our global electromobility development to secure a quick and quality introduction of this technology, which we have incorporated into our well-proven and respected Volvo Trucks North America conventional truck model, the Volvo VNR. This is an important point. For the North American market, we used group technology to adapt to our regional whole model, the VNR, rather than bringing an existing electric truck model from Europe. We transferred the electric drive line into our North American model, which was designed and developed here in the United States to meet our North American customers' specific needs. And we have optimized the technology to work in the conditions our drivers face here. We build all of these trucks in the United States. In fact, every Volvo truck you see operating in North America was built at our New River Valley assembly plant in Southwest Virginia. Volvo Trucks is dedicated to advancing the use and effectiveness of electromobility. We continue to invest and drive the development of this technology, both globally and right here in North America. And we are committed to this course because of what we see happening in the industry. Electromobility is happening right now. As a number of key indicators illustrate, there is a push, both societal and environmental. And there is also a pull, seen in healthy, growing customer demand. Policies and incentives to accelerate electromobility are high on the agenda. Battery technology is progressing rapidly, and industry investments are starting to heat up. Electric vehicles are part of our future. But the vehicles are only one part of what's needed for large-scale electrification to succeed. Long-term sustainable end-to-end transport is a complex issue that requires a holistic approach. In order to succeed, we must incorporate all key stakeholders to ramp up necessary infrastructure, industry standards, and legislation. Within Volvo Trucks, we have worked together with 14 partners in a public-private partnership known as Volvo Low Impact Green Heavy Transport Solutions, Volvo Lights, to bring an innovative approach to the introduction of electromobility. The entire transportation ecosystem is represented, demonstrating our belief that partnership is the new leadership, and we as partners are learning together. For Volvo Trucks, our learnings will support our mission to offer fully electric VNR models for sale by the end of this year. This is more than a pilot project for us. It's an essential part of our strategy to bring electric vehicles to the market. We are grateful to the California Air Resources Board and the South Coast Air Quality Management District for funding to make this unique partnership possible. Its total ecosystem approach will help us work with all the factors affecting the speed of acceptance and customer interest. What we have learned and are learning in the Volvo Lights project will be key in moving electric vehicle technology from the early adoption stage where we are now to a more widespread adoption across a range of segments. Before this can happen, however, we must ensure that electromobility is a financially viable and sustainable option for the users of the technology, for our fleet customers. That means incentivizing the purchase of electric vehicles and funding the development of a robust charging infrastructure. Lessons from projects like Lights will inform the market and help policymakers to take actions that accelerate this movement. We must be advocates for these projects so that the future policies are built on the strong foundation of rigorous research and proven value. Our work with Volvo Lights has been progressing rapidly. At the end of 2018, we announced our partnership and selected the VNR model for adaptation. Then in April 2019, at Expo, we received a check from the California Air Resources Board, and in February 2020 this year, we held a full project showcase with all involved project partners, in addition to fleets, policymakers, and community leaders. And despite the challenges of our current global health crisis, we and our partners have worked hard to maintain momentum and minimize the impact on our project timelines. The first trucks have been delivered and are being handed over to our project partners, NFI Industries, and Dependable Supply Chain Services. The second batch of trucks is heading out to California shortly, and the final batch will go into production in the coming weeks at our Volvo Trucks plant in Virginia's New River Valley. The charging infrastructure installation at our first location has been completed, and work on the remaining sites is underway. Our partner colleges have begun to develop training for the next generation of truck technicians. And we are working with community leaders and residents to inform and prepare them for the new vehicles that will be traveling in their communities, including preparing first responders. This last piece, building community understanding and acceptance of the technology, is a valuable part of the Volvo Lights project. We began that process with our showcase in February. In all, we welcomed more than 280 guests to our dealership in Fontana, California, including government and public officials, business, daily, tech and trade media, customers and dealers, and of course, our Volvo Lights project partners. We highlighted the use of electric VNR in real operation. The attending guest had actually the opportunity to drive the trucks. We demonstrated how this partnership will ensure commercial readiness for fleets. We showcased the leadership of the state of California in addressing air quality issues and climate protection goals. We highlighted the critical need for public and private partnerships to make targeted and meaningful impacts on the market. And we conveyed tangible air quality and noise pollution benefits of this technology for disadvantaged communities. Already, we are beginning to gather vital information from the Volvo Lights project, and this will enable our commercialization of the battery electric vehicle technology. As an OEM, we have gained important information on how to prepare for serial production at our Volvo Trucks plant. We have examined data from the trucks to optimize their performance in real-world conditions. We have demonstrated the VNR's electric capabilities to our customer partners and verified our algorithms for energy management. We have gained insights on the logistics of charging vehicles, and we have learned how we can fine-tune our supporting tools. Within the Volvo Lights project, we are working together with Volvo Financial Services to test new business models by providing trucks to multiple fleets for short-term trials during the project. This work includes full-service lease solutions to further enhance ease of operations. In addition to what we've learned to further improve our product, we've gained experience to help guide fleets as they embark down this unpaved path towards electrification. For example, we've gathered some insight into the details of developing and installing charging infrastructure for heavy-duty vehicles, including utility regulations and processes that can complicate installation timelines. As a result, we have learned that it is important for fleets to engage utilities and local officials very early in the process of acquiring electric trucks. We've also learned that when you use public funding, you want to work far in advance and do your research thoroughly. We've discovered that having a dedicated electromobility point of contact in your organization is not only very helpful, but most probably key to the process. In this early phase, we are targeting segments that are best suited for electrification, including return to base, hub-to-hub operations, where the trucks stay in a fixed geographical area and have time to recharge. As technology and the market matures, new segments will be added. We will work closely with our customers to understand their transportation needs, test the feasibility of electric trucks for their businesses, and design the specs that will ensure their success, because customer success at the end of the day is what this is all about. And it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. The kind of partnerships that are the foundation of Volvo Lights will continue to be important as we expand the use of this technology. The road ahead is exciting and complex. Obviously, interest is high for zero-emission vehicles, but it will be essential to apply the knowledge gained by early adopters to ensure that sufficient resources and supportive policies bolster their success in the marketplace. The transition to zero-emission vehicle will be a paradigm shift, requiring greater interdependence among fleets, utilities, truck manufacturers, and policymakers. Incentives to encourage the expansion of the electric vehicle population will be absolutely critical. Building out the necessary charging infrastructure is the most pressing need and biggest obstacle as we see for the moment. And this has been further complicated by the COVID-19 pandemic. In order to help overcome these challenges, a coordinated, single-point source of public financial support could go a long way towards helping fleets feel confident in investing in this technology. We recognize these challenges, but we're not daunted by them. Volvo Trucks North America is committed to playing an active role in this transition. Our mission, to drive prosperity through transportation and infrastructure solutions, fits perfectly into the development of electric vehicles. Electromobility is happening now, and we are hoping to bring 70 more Class 8 battery electric trucks to Southern California through a joint application with the South Coast Air Quality Management District for a truck deployment project using EPA targeted airshed funds. We and our partners will draw on knowledge gained through the Volvo Lights and subsequent projects to transform the transportation ecosystem for a sustainable future. We are committed to providing necessary operational foundations for our customers and working with stakeholders across that ecosystem to strengthen the infrastructure and incentives needed to achieve critical volumes of electric vehicle production. When our VNR Electric is introduced to the market at the end of this year, we will be ready to make the transition to this technology easy for our customers. We are in the midst of an evolution in the way we think about transportation, and this is a key step in creating a future that we want to live in, and a world we are proud to hand over to the next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention, and please be well, stay safe.